Archangel Michael is speaking to you now. You have not arrived here by chance. Heaven does not place words in front of your eyes without purpose. The moment you chose to press play was written before your first breath, and right now, you are standing at the edge of something extraordinary, a shift that will reach into every corner of your life. I have been sent to you with urgency, not to alarm you, but to awaken you. You have felt it lately, haven't you? That quiet hum beneath your everyday moments, the way the air feels heavier sometimes, as if carrying an unseen message. The dreams that linger longer than they should, their images almost too vivid to forget. These are not coincidences. These are the signs. There are moments in a soul's journey when the heavens bend closer. Moments where the divine chooses to speak louder than usual. You are in such a moment now. Your spirit has been calling and heaven has heard. That is why I have been sent to stand beside you in this very hour. Do not dismiss the restlessness in your heart as random. Do not ignore the way people have entered or left your life without explanation. These movements are not against you. They are for you. The divine is rearranging your path so that when the gates open, you will be standing in the perfect place to walk through. I know you have asked in your quiet moments, "Why now, why me?" The answer is simpler than you think because you are ready. Even if you feel fragile, even if you doubt your strength, the heaven sees the courage you do not yet see in yourself. And it is that courage that will carry you into what comes next. There is a stirring in the unseen, a movement of light that has already begun to surround you. If you were able to see with the eyes of your spirit, you would notice the way the air shimmers around your steps, the way shadows retreat when you walk into a room. This is not imagination. It is the mark of divine presence. You have been feeling things you cannot explain, sudden waves of emotion that rise without reason. Moments where you pause in the middle of an ordinary task because something deep inside whispers, "Pay attention." These are my signals to you. They are heaven's way of tugging gently at your soul, saying, "Look here, listen now." Understand this before heaven releases a blessing, it prepares the vessel. That is why certain doors have closed. That is why people you thought would always be beside you have drifted away. Their season in your story has ended not because you failed, but because the next chapter requires a different cast. Do not mourn what is gone more than you celebrate what is coming. Every ending you've faced lately is a doorway, and I, Michael, have been instructed to guard that doorway until the right moment comes for you to step through. You will not be late. You will not be forgotten. What is meant for you will not pass you by. Right now, the world around you may seem unsettled, as if the ground beneath you is shifting. And it is, but not to destroy you. It is making space. Like the soil breaking open to welcome a seed, your life is being loosened, overturned, and prepared for new roots to grow. Do not fear this shaking. It is the sign that you are close. You may have wondered why just when something good begins to form in your life, it suddenly slips away. Why opportunities arrive like a bright dawn, only to fade before you can step fully into them. Child of light, hear me. This is not punishment, it is positioning. When heaven prepares you for something greater, it will not allow you to settle for what is less. Sometimes that means removing what feels safe so you can step toward what feels uncertain. The comfort you lost was never meant to hold you forever. I, Michael, have been charged with ensuring you do not remain in places too small for the calling written over your life. I see the moments you've questioned your worth. I have heard the quiet sighs, the unspoken prayers you whispered when you thought no one was listening. Every word has reached the throne. Every tear has been counted. None of your pain has been wasted. It has been poured into the soil where your next season will bloom. There is a sacred exchange happening. Even now, what was taken from you is being replaced with something that cannot be stolen. The relationships that fractured, the plans that crumbled, the paths that disappeared, all of them were shifting you toward the precise alignment you will need for the days ahead. Do not let bitterness take root. Do not allow fear to become your language. The enemy seeks to convince you that you are being emptied, but heaven is simply clearing the space. I stand here to remind you nothing good leaves your life without something greater on its way. The winds are changing, and you will feel it soon, a gentle push at first, then a force you cannot resist. When it comes, you will know the hour you have been waiting for has arrived. Even now, I see the threads of your life being woven into a pattern you cannot yet understand. From where you stand, it may look like tangled chaos, but from above, it is a perfect tapestry. Every twist, every knot, every loose end has meaning. You have been asking for clarity, and I have been sent to deliver it. The disruptions you face are divine alignments in disguise. You think you have been delayed, but in truth, you have been protected from paths that would have stolen your destiny. There are battles you never had to fight because heaven fought them before they could reach you. I have stood at the gates where harm tried to enter, and I did not let it pass. I have watched shadows move toward you, and I drew my sword. You did not see these moments, but you felt them, the sudden peace after a restless night, the way danger seemed to fade without explanation. These were not accidents, they were interventions. And now the season of preparation is nearing its end. The signs will increase. Your dreams will grow sharper, carrying messages that feel too real to ignore. People you meet by chance will speak words that confirm what you have been sensing in your spirit. Doors you thought were locked will begin to open one by one, in ways that seem almost impossible. But hear this warning: as the light around you grows, the resistance will rise. Not everyone will celebrate your change. Some will question it, others will try to pull you back to where you were. This is not a sign to stop. It is proof that you are moving in the right direction. Stand firm. I, Michael, walk beside you. The shield in my hand is raised for you, and the path ahead is guarded. You are not alone in this. You never have been. There is a weight in the air right now, not the heaviness of despair, but the pressure that comes before a great release. You may feel as though something unseen is drawing nearer, and you are right. The heavens have already shifted in your favor, and the ripple of that shift is moving toward you. In the days ahead, you will notice more moments that feel like divine timing. A phone call at just the right moment. An opportunity that seems to appear out of nowhere. Words spoken by a stranger that answer the very question you carried in your heart. These are not coincidences. They are the opening chords of the song heaven has been composing for your life. I must tell you this truth. The road you are walking now will not look like the one you imagined. It may take you through valleys you did not expect, past places that test your patience and your faith. But every step is measured. Every delay has a reason. If you could see the dangers that have been removed from your path, you would thank heaven for every no you have ever received. The enemy would prefer you to believe that you have been forgotten. But I stand as a witness to the fact that you are seen, you are known, and you are chosen. Heaven does not invest in the unworthy. The very reason I have been sent is because you are worth protecting. So do not let your heart grow weary. Hold fast to what you know in your spirit, even when your eyes cannot yet see it. The alignment is nearly complete. When it happens, it will not come slowly. It will be sudden, like the breaking of dawn after the longest night. And when it does, you will understand why you had to wait. The waiting has not been without purpose. Every moment of stillness, every unanswered question, every tear you have shed in silence has been gathered, stored, and counted. Nothing has been lost. Heaven wastes nothing, and neither do I. There are things you have prayed for that seemed to vanish into the air, but they have not been ignored. They have been placed in divine timing. If they had come when you first asked, they would have been too heavy for you to carry, or too early for you to use well. Now, as your spirit has grown stronger, the answers can be released without harming you. I know you have been tempted to believe the lies, the whispers that tell you you're not ready, not worthy, not chosen. But I stand before you with a sword in my hand to cut through those words. You are more than ready. You are already equipped. The gifts you need are not somewhere far away. They are already within you, waiting to be awakened. And soon the awakening will begin. It will start quietly, perhaps with a single moment where you feel an unshakable peace or a sudden certainty about a decision you've been afraid to make. Then it will grow. Your steps will become bolder, your voice more steady, your vision clearer. You will look back and wonder why you ever doubted. When this happens, you will also notice the shifting of people around you. Some will draw closer, sensing the light you carry. Others will step back, unable to understand or accept what is happening in you. Let them go. Those meant to walk with you will be aligned to your path without force. The turning point is near. I have been sent ahead of it to prepare you so that when the gates swing open, you will not hesitate. There is something I must tell you, and I need you to listen closely. When a great shift is about to happen in the life of a chosen one, the atmosphere changes. The very energy around you begins to respond. You may have already felt it moments when the air feels different, when silence feels heavier, when time seems to pause for no reason. These are the footsteps of what is coming. You have been feeling a pull as if you are being led somewhere, yet you cannot see the destination. That is because this journey is not one you take with your eyes, but with your spirit. The map has been drawn in heaven, and every step you take is guided by a wisdom far greater than your own. I have been watching over you in the nights when your heart felt like it could not bear another disappointment. I have stood guard at the edge of your dreams, ensuring that the seeds planted there are protected from doubt and fear. You may not realize it, but you have already overcome battles that would have destroyed others. This is why you are still here. This is why you are still standing. Soon there will be a moment when everything aligns: the prayers you have prayed, the signs you have noticed, the courage you have been building. It will all converge into a single opening, a door you will know instinctively you are meant to walk through. When that moment comes, do not delay. Even hesitation can cause a blessing to pass by. I am here to remind you, you are ready. You are guarded. You are being led. And when you step forward, you will find that the ground beneath you has been prepared long before you arrived. This is the work of heaven. This is the promise being kept. The hour is approaching, and I must speak plainly. Not all will understand the change that is about to take place in you. Some will see your growth as a threat. Others will feel the light within you and turn away, not because you have harmed them, but because your rising will reveal the shadows they have chosen to live in. Do not chase them. Their departure is part of the purification. I have been instructed to walk before you, to clear the path of snares you cannot yet see. There are forces that have tried to delay you, whispering lies, stirring confusion, setting traps in moments of weakness. But I tell you now, they will not prevail. Every scheme formed against you is already being dismantled. Even now, what was sent to harm you is turning into the very thing that will strengthen you. You will notice an acceleration in the days to come. What once took months will happen in weeks. What seemed impossible will begin to take shape without your forcing it. This is because heaven has shifted the season. You are moving from preparation into fulfillment. There will be signs, dreams with symbols that stay in your mind for days, words spoken by others that seem almost too perfect to be coincidence moments, when your spirit feels a sudden surge of hope for no visible reason. Pay attention to these. They are markers on the road guiding you toward the place prepared for you. And when you feel the weight of resistance pressing harder, remember pressure always increases right before the breakthrough. The enemy presses hardest when he knows the victory is close. Stand your ground. I am with you, sword drawn, shield raised. Nothing that belongs to you will be stolen. There will come a day, very soon, when you will look around and realize that everything has shifted. The heaviness you've been carrying will lift like morning mist, and the clarity you've long prayed for will settle over you like warm sunlight. In that moment you will understand that the waiting, the loss, the unanswered questions were not delays. They were alignments. I have seen the blueprint heaven has written over your life, and though I cannot reveal every detail I can tell you, this what is coming will be worth every tear you have shed. The doors that will open are not just opportunities, they are assignments. They will carry you into places where your presence will be the answer to someone else's prayer. You must know that this transformation is not for you alone. The blessings you are about to receive are meant to overflow. The love, the provision, the protection, they will touch others simply because you walk in the room. This is why the preparation has been so intense. This is why the pruning has felt so sharp. You are being positioned not only to receive, but to carry. And when it happens, you will not have to strive. The river will carry you. Doors will open without knocking. The right people will arrive without you calling them. The right words will come to your lips without you rehearsing. This is what it feels like to be in divine flow, when heaven's hand moves, and all you have to do is walk in step with it. Hold this truth in your heart. The same God who began this work in you will finish it. I will be at your side when it unfolds, standing guard over every step, ensuring that nothing can pull you back into the shadows you've been called out of. And now I speak this over you. The season you are stepping into will not look like the ones before. You will walk with a new strength, one that does not come from striving, but from knowing who stands with you. Your steps will be lighter because the burdens you carried have been lifted. Your voice will be steadier because you will speak from a place of truth, not fear. There will still be storms, but you will no longer fear them. You will remember that the one who commands the wind also walks beside you, and when the shadows try to creep in, you will see my sword flash in the spirit, driving them back before they can touch you. You will know without doubt you are protected. You are chosen. You are loved. The people meant for you will find you. The places prepared for you will open. The purpose planted in you will bloom in its appointed time. You will see how every trial shaped you. Every loss carved space for something greater. Every waiting season built the strength you now carry. When you rise in the morning, you will feel it, the shift in the air, the hum of heaven's nearness. When you rest at night, you will sense it, the certainty that you are not alone, not for a single breath. And when you look back years from now, You will smile at how precise it all was, how nothing was wasted, how every step led you here. So step forward now. The gates are open, the path is lit, I walk with you, and heaven walks before you. This is your time. This is your moment. And I, Archangel Michael, will not leave your side until the promise is complete.